Hi everyone, today I'm gonna share with you how to make another plate mat that's very easy to use. Or you can do this for everything else using the fabric scrap. The only fabric that is big that this is the one that I'm using. You have a little design there, I think it's fish, and the size of this is 10 inches wide by 15 inches long. This time it's very different. So you cut in the circle. I have cut in the circle here that is 3 inches and 3 inches and a half, and it is 3 inches and this is 2.5. You can make any size you want, okay? It doesn't have to be exact the same size I'm making, okay? So basically I'm gonna fold. You're gonna do this to all, but I'm showing you this. Going from the left here and then trace the circle so that the center right here. We just fold and then place this hole right in the center. If you don't have this, is fine, as long as you know, as long as you can trace the circle right in the center here, and that's fine. You can just eyeball and see the center right there. You're gonna do this to all of these. The small one, you can use a small circle, or you can draw with your free hand. Start from the center here. I'm gonna go and mark there so I know that way I'm going to sew all the way down, and then the next one and the next one, but I'll show you the first stem of the flower. I'll show you, and then you create the other one. Okay, I'm using the white dress under and the green on the top. And now I'm gonna do the flower. I'm gonna do the yellow one so you can see it go right in the center here. But we're not gonna sew on the center. Right, the stem, you can see the stem right there. And I'm gonna go right here in the circle that you saw, you draw earlier. Go right there. So you're gonna go from here and then start sewing. Let's do 1/8 of an inch and then basting stitch all around here. Fabric scrap that you have around your house and make a beautiful arc here. Okay, so when you get into the one that you started, you're gonna pull this to the center. Now you have flower, pull it. Now you have the flower. Okay, you're gonna get the button and go put right in the center, sew it in, create more here. It doesn't have to connect here, you can do more here, and then add another flower here exactly the same way, any way you want. Okay, add more leaf if you want to. So it's very easy. And now everything is staying in place. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna go from one side to the other, make sure everything is staying down right in the center. Scoop this up on the other side. You don't need to worry about the back, because the back we're gonna add something else in there too after. Alright, now so we finished one flower, continue to make another one exactly the same way I show you. And now the next one you can use the purple. If I use purple, the wrong side facing up, okay, and it's so exactly the same way. Okay, now repeat the same step that I just showed you here. I add more stem around and then add more flower. Cut exactly the same, or you can cut it bigger. And then in between you can sew the pearl or the button in between here. It's just to create something very pretty. So after this I will show you, you can add the pearl or you can add the button in between to create this placemat using your little fabric scrap. So finish this one just like the one that I showed you from the beginning, and then after that we're gonna add the pearl in between to brighten this up more. After I created this, You don't need to do anything here. If you want, you can add a little pearl in between, but there's no need for that. And so I have the jelly fabric right here. This is 2 1 1/4. First, I'm gonna go on the side here, the small side here first. Right side facing right side. 1/4 up an inch seam allowance. I'm gonna sew from one side to the other. And I forgot to drain. So that I'm gonna go and top stitch on this side. That one side, and then you do the other side, and then after that you're going to go on the long side exactly the same way. So go do that, everyone. Right side facing in. Do this one. After that, flap it out, top stitch, and then do this one, flap it out and top stitch. So everyone, after I sew and then I top stitch, and each time I sew on the piece I top stitch and then do the next one. So now I have cut another piece of this. After that, I place on the fabric and I cut another pieces like this. And I'm going to place the right side to the right side. I'm going to sew 1/4 up an inch seam allowance, sewing these together. This way you create your own placemat. It's made by you and it's so cute. So make sure you pin your clip, you do whatever, so the fabric won't move around. And then after that, you're going to sew 1/4 up an inch seam allowance. You're gonna leave about 3 inches open. So sew 1/4 up an inch seam allowance. So all the 4 sides come here, leave this open so you can inside out. After I sew around and I left it here 3 inches open, trim the corner inside out, top stitch, you're done. The flower coming up this way. This is so pretty. Iron this whole thing, and then after that you're gonna top stitch all 4 sides. So everyone, after I iron and everything, I'm gonna go and top stitch. One thing that I want to share with you is, because this is yellow and then the back I use the white, so on the top of the sewing machine you can use the top with the yellow thread, and then the bobbin you can use white. So do that, everyone. If you have to do 2 different fabrics, 2 color fabric, you can do that. Top, whatever the top, use the same color thread, and then the bottom, whatever color on the bottom, use the bobbin. So now you're gonna go and top stitch all 4 sides. Basically it, everyone. I finished the placemat, and the white side, if I hold it the right way, it's 13 inches by 17 inch and 3/4, so almost 18 inches. That is so pretty. And the back, so nice. This way you don't need to do the bias tape. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for all of you that support my channel and always comment on my video, like the video, hide the video, and donate to my channel. Love you. Stay safe. Take care. Everyone, if you don't want to make this at the placemat, you can make anything you want. Decide whatever you want to make, everyone. Add more bead, add more pearl, design, whatever you want to do. For this video, I just show you how to make the flower. Stay safe, take care, love you.